Well, good morning, good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Great to see all of you here. Very high vibrational beings here. So let's get into our question today. Hey Mark, is the universe really unlimited? And what is the real correct way to manifest what I want? Okay, that's a very simplistic question, but it's true. So yeah, the universe is really unlimited. You see, the thing about the universe, what we call the multiverse, is it's infinite. And we know it's infinite because we know in the first laws of thermodynamics that you cannot create energy, you cannot destroy energy, and energy can only be changed in form. And we know it's expanding at a constant rate. The inflation rate of the universe is continuously expanding. And then we know through physics and other sciences such as string theory that the universe now splits up into multiple packets of universe. And then we know through quantum entanglement and quantum superposition that there exists infinite realities or infinite possibilities. So therefore, it's infinite. And then the best thing we know to make it very simple is everything exists. It cannot not exist. It's just an existence of existence. There is no beginning, there is no end. It's just is. It's an expansive, continuous field of infinite revolutions and coming around. So we know that the universe is infinite. So if the universe is infinite, which I just showed you basically in the simplest way, it literally means that whatever you want or you desire is also available. There is no lack. There is no scarcity, right? It cannot be scarcity. So why do we feel scarcity and lack? It's a mindset program. It's beliefs that were trained and put into you and I to make us believe we're a limitation or we're limited. But you cannot be limited in an unlimited universe. Quantum physics shows us that. So that answers that question pretty much easily, right? You get that, right? Now, to manifest things correctly is the following way. Okay, guys, it's not really about what you are manifesting, guys. It's what you are preparing to experience when it comes to manifesting or changing your life. You see, we get caught up a lot in the imagination, which is the perfect. You have to use your imagination to do that. But we forget one important ingredient in manifestation. And that ingredient is called action. Not regular action, but inspired action. You have to take inspired action to make your manifestation come into existence. So it's not just, you can't just sit there and dream all day about, winning the lottery, say for example. Well, you gotta go out and buy a ticket. You can't sit there all day about dreaming about your dream car. Well, you gotta go take action. Go look at the car. Go to the car dealership. Sit in the car. That's called inspired action. So when you're manifesting stuff, the most important part is the preparing to receive what you put out into the universe or the multiverse. And listen, preparation is a big boost to your subconscious mind, because when you're preparing for something, it is as if it already occurred in your unconscious mind. And remember, if you know anything about the mind, how it works, all of our stuff, our reality, the things we experience in our life, they come through our subconscious mind, which we call the illogical mind. So you definitely have to target your manifestation and your creativity to that part of your consciousness, not to the lower part of the consciousness, or what we call the conscious mind. You don't want to target that when it comes to manifesting your desires and your dreams. So an example of preparing for whatever it is you want in your life is, I gave an example. What if you're manifesting a car? What's the inspired action to prepare to expect my manifestation? Well, the easiest thing to do is to buy something that you're going to put in the car. You can remember I bought like car mats for my car before I manifested it, and I got it, right? What about a house? If you're manifesting a house, what is the thing that you're going to expect? What is the inspired action to expect your house? Well, you go buy something and keep it in your apartment that you're going to put in your what you call future home. See, those are actions. You prepare for the thing you want as if you know. It's not that you believe now, you know. When you take inspired action, that's knowing. Okay? When you're visualizing, that's believing. You have to merge them together. You have to take belief and move it to the next level, the top level, which is knowing. And when you know it, you know it. It just comes in to your existence, right? So that is the most critical point. And now let's talk about how the subconscious mind orchestrates all of this wonderful, called trippy stuff, right? So the subconscious, great. Someone says, I want 500 on a scratcher. That is so amazing. Now let me tell you something about the subconscious. I'm glad you brought it up. See, the subconscious mind, it comes from a trippy state of being. And when I call it a trippy state of being, I mean it does things that doesn't make sense to your logical mind. Like, for example, whenever you get in the flow, and this is what happens when you get into the state of expectation, right? And you start getting into that, what we call that flow state. You see, I'm going into my thing here because I have something that I got. When you start going into the expectation mode, your subconscious mind will start to show you stuff like in your dreams, right? You'll see visions, you'll get feelings. Those are things that your logical mind cannot explain on a logical level. It baffles your regular lower self mind. Your lower self mind is stuck processing it. But then again, for example, in your dreams, when you get dreams of things you want, it's a premonition that's going to happen, especially when it comes to like numbers or thing. With the lottery dreams, I used to get a lot of dreams with numbers. Like, for example, I got a dream of the past few days ago about a particular number. And this morning I got up. I just want to show you the ticket real quick. Here's a ticket. This number just came out. And I bought 3 or 4 of these tickets. And I won a nice sum right there. Because I dreamt, my higher self gave me these numbers. And these numbers, they are just showing you the infinity, the infinite abundance of the universe. This is just an example of how your mind can give you the answer, can turn the tide in your favor once you prepare and expect what you want. I am always in a state of preparation and expectation. That's how I get what I get when I do it. If I see something I desire, I will desire it, I will visualize it, but I'll also take inspired action. I'll go get something tangible, prepare myself in some way to receive whatever I want. I have to show my unconscious mind, this is happening now, right? So your dreams will come and go. Sometimes you won't remember your dreams, sometimes you will. But here's the thing about dreams. Every dream that have a message or a meaning, you will always remember it. Simple. If you don't remember your dream, cast it off away. It's nothing. But if it's something, your higher self will make sure you remember it. So that ends that. Now the next thing is this, is that whenever you desire something in your life again, you must exercise the power of letting it go. You have to let go what you want to come in. The universe and manifesting and creating life is all about exchange of energy. You have to let something out to let something in. I've used this illustration so many times, and I show people. Okay, if you're in your apartment or your home, right? And you have your living room set, you have your couches, right? But you want to get a new set of couch, a new set of furniture. So what do you have to do? You see the furniture you want out there, you go pick it out. But what do you have to do? You have to take the existing furniture in your house, move it away so you can make space for the new furniture, right? You can't put the new furniture on top of the old furniture. Now there's no space there. So that's something you have to remember about this thing about manifesting, is that sometimes the universe will move things out of your way that you may want to hold on to egotistically. This is where you have to let go, because your higher self knows more than you know and what's best and what's coming for you. So sometimes letting go can be tricky because we get attached to it and we think we need it or we want it. But the universe will never ever take something away from you without giving you something 1,000,000,000 times better. So whenever it's telling you to let go of something, trust me, listen to it, because there's something better coming in your life. But the thing is, whenever you're going to create anything, you have to learn to remove and replace. So what is the best state to be in when you're creating or deliberately manifesting your life? It's the flow state. That's the state where you see everything in your life, but you are not attached to it. You experience everything in your life, but you are not attached to it. You give gratitude and appreciate everything in your life, but guess what? You are not attached to it. That is the perfect state. You will get a lot of things that will come in that will be better and better and better, because you are allowing your authentic self to take the driver wheel and the car, take the ship course to help you to get whatever it is that you want in your life. This is something that has to be mastered. This takes practice. It takes discipline. And the reason this does this is because we get caught up in our own egotistical way of thinking. We think and believe that whatever our minds want, that is the true thing. Listen, let me show you something deep. The only way you will ever get what you want is this way. Is if you know that's what you want. Not, I think that's what I want. Most people are in, I think that's what I want. They don't get the firm understanding that I know that's what I want. So whenever you think you want something, trust me, it's not you that wants it or desire, it's your ego. And that's where you're going to get in trouble. When you know you want something, you will have a feeling in the heart. It will be an inspired. Whenever, let me show you the difference between thinking and knowing what it is that you want. Okay? I say, oh, you know what? I want that. I think I want that. No. Oh, I know I want that. So what is the difference? When you think you want something, you will always get an emotion that's not consistently flow. The emotion will be inconsistent. It'll be up and down. It'll be a little bit of high and low. It'll be a little thinking, a little bit of uncertainty, maybe a little anxiousness in there. But when you know that you want or desire something, you'll only get one emotion: clarity, peace, nothing. It'll just it's just like walking or talking. It comes in so natural. So whenever you get into that state, that's when the magic will happen for you. See how that works? Because we have to remember, guys, is that there's a higher source, a higher part of you that's running the show, and you have to be able to allow it to bring into you whatever it is that you desire. So for me, I've always practiced the state of non-attachment to everything or anything around me. It's like I have the mindset that everything I'm doing, everything I'm going, I'm just passing through. That's the mindset that has helped me so many times. Because when I'm passing through, there is no obligation, there is no commitment, there is no need, there is no attachment. And it makes it you flow a lot easier, you're more smarter, you get more genius ideas, because you're not boggled down with the thing to prove to people, to show that I can do it, I have to have it, and then your ego's testing you. None of that exists. You're just in flow with the universe. You want to be in flow and in harmony with your desires. You do not want to be in disharmony with what you want. Disharmony is when you're needing it, when you're attachment to it, when you're desperate for it. That's disharmony. Harmony is when you know it will come to you somehow, some way, and you don't care because you know it's on the way. And that leads us to what I was talking about. That's when you're prepared for your manifestation. How many people are preparing for what they want? Not a lot of people aren't preparing for what they want. The reason why a lot of people aren't prepared for what they want, because they don't even have confidence that they're going to get what they want. Because if they had confidence, they will go out and buy a pillow, or they'll buy the furniture set. They'll buy a little plaque that says, "Welcome to my new home," if they're manifesting a home. Many people don't do that because they're not even sure they're going to get it. Now, how many people are prepared for what they want? If they're really prepared and they want that car, what they'll do? They'll go down to the car dealer. They'll test drive the car. They'll sit in the car. They'll buy a car with stereo. They'll buy a car wheel. They buy a car mat. They buy air freshener. They'll put it in their closet because they are prepared to get what they want. Most people aren't like that. So I'm here to tell you the secret to winning, to manifesting, is doing just what I just said to you. Prepared. I was prepared to win the lottery and buy my dream car, and I did the exact thing. I went down, I test drove my car, I sat in the car, I took a picture of the car with me like this in the car, I took a video saying this is my car. I went to the AutoZone, I bought a car steering cover, I bought a car mat, sat in my closet for months, voila, manifested the money in the lottery, bought my car cash. Boom, boom, boom. Same thing for my home. Anything I want, I prepare for that stuff, man. You have to prepare. So the good news is I can tell you that I have great news to put to you today. The great news is anything you put in your consciousness and you repeat it and you take the inspired action, which is go prepare for it, you will 100% get it. Bad news is anything you put in your consciousness and you don't take inspired action, you will most likely not receive it because you are not convincing your subconscious mind that you already have it. People use a lot of logic in their life. When it comes to manifesting and creating, you got to kick logic out the box. It doesn't work in this game. Yes, logic works in the structural components of your life, manifesting, It wouldn't work. For example, if I had logic and I got these numbers in my dream, here's the numbers. I got these numbers in my dream, right? Logic would tell me, that's a bunch of hocus pocus. I don't believe in logic. What I did, I got the numbers, I went and played the numbers. Guess what? They came out right this morning. I got nice sum of cash right there I got on these numbers. So I am always prepared because I know how the universe works. I know the universe is a simulation. It's a renderation of my thoughts and my consciousness. I know that the world I live in is not a physical structural component system. I know it's a transparent mind mental world. Therefore, I exercise my mental powers and my imagination to create my subjective experience. How do I know this to be true? The world of quantum mechanics opened up and showed me that. It showed me that the world I live in is controlled by an observer. An observation creates the reality. An observation collapses a wave. What is the wave again, Mark? A wave means that everything is in a superposition. Mark, well, what is a superposition? It makes it in layman's terms, it means this. Everything that I ever want or ever could want or desire exists all at once around me right now, and it's playing out right now. When I go and I look in my mind, I press the pause button and I select one of those events and it pauses. And the event that pauses is the one I'm thinking about. And then when I see the one I pause, I say, oh, that's the one I paused. That's called superposition. Then what I do now, I focus more on the event that I paused. Then the superposition starts to play again. And then that collapses and becomes my reality. That is the simplest way I can make it easy for you to understand. I'm sure you understand it now. So you know superposition and you know collapsing the wave. Voila. See that? How easy is that? So you don't have to go and bust your brain. Figure out the concepts of that. So that's something I want you guys to understand. That the biggest thing to manifest is, yes, visualize it, but you have to take the inspired action. You have to go prepared. You got to go out and show your mind something tangible that you have it. Someone asked me how long does it take. I'm glad you brought that up. Never ever ever play the game of time with your manifestation. It is going to create resistance and it will just make your manifestation a lot longer, believe it or not. Because here's the concept. If you get into the time game, you have escaped your creative mind and you've got back into your ego's game. Your ego uses the past and the past and the future. I have a question to ask you. Who cares how long it takes as long as you get it? Right? Okay, I got to do it. Who cares how long it takes? But as long as you get it what? At the right time. Okay, who cares how long it takes? Because the time is just going to pass anyways until you get it. Correct? So why do you care how long it takes? Oh, okay, here, okay. Mark, I care how long it takes because I feel I may not get it in time. I may be too older. That's not going to happen. You will always get whatever it is that you want in the right time. So forget about time. That is your biggest mistake if you're manifesting. Please, 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 I'm telling you, get out of the past and the future game. It doesn't exist. You got to remember something, and let me show you something. So this may be a bitter pill, a bittersweet pill for you to swallow, or maybe an exhilarating pill for you to swallow, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Here it is. The time that something manifests is never up to your conscious analytical awareness mind. The time for something to manifest is up to your higher self. It will determine when and how something manifests. not you, not what your ego is telling you. That's so empowering and freeing for me, because I don't have to waste my mind, bust my brain, resisting and getting an attachment and figuring out. I just know, all right, man, you're the boss. You know everything I want. You know when it's going to come. And I got to tell you something. It has never failed me before. Everything that I've wanted to manifest, it always came at the right time. It baffles me. So hopefully that will help you to get time out of your head. And let me just give you a little more caveat on to get time out of your head to show you something. As far as your unconscious mind concerns, it can only ever live in the moment. There cannot be a past or a future. That is something that was made up by human beings. In the true nature of existence and reality, there is always the ever-present moment of now. So to answer your question, Mark, how long does something take to manifest? It already has manifested instantly. It's already there. What happens is your brain doesn't have the capability and the senses to see the invisible in another dimension that is already manifested. So this is why you should leave it up to the part of your mind that can see the invisible, the higher self, that can bring it in for you to make it visible. So take comfort to know that whatever it is that you are creating or manifesting, it is already done. All you're doing is you're transferring energy from one fractal dimension into a dimension where your mind can conceive it, perceive it, and experience. That's all you're doing. So everything is already manifested. You just have to go with the flow and let it come in so that you can experience it, whatever it is that you desire. All right, guys. So I'll see you again next time. Thanks for those questions.